Elvis Aaron Presley was born on January 8, 1935, in a small two-room house in Tupelo, Mississippi. He came into the world in poverty, the only surviving child of Vernon and Gladys Presley. His twin brother, Jesse, was stillborn. From the very beginning, Elvis's life was shaped by hardship, love, and music. As a child, Elvis was quiet and shy, but he was drawn to the soulful sounds of gospel music at church, the blues from Beale Street in Memphis, and the country ballads on the radio. When he was 13 years old, his family moved to Memphis, Tennessee, a city that would become the foundation of his musical journey. In 1953, a teenage Elvis walked into Sun Records and recorded a song as a gift for his mother. His unique voice caught the attention of producer Sam Phillips, who had been searching for a white singer who could capture the raw emotion of black rhythm and blues. Elvis was that singer. By 1954, Elvis recorded That's All Right, a track that blended blues, country, and gospel into something entirely new. The song lit the spark of a musical revolution. With his deep voice, energetic style, and rebellious image, Elvis was unlike anything the world had seen. Soon after, he signed with RCA Records, and his first single, Heartbreak Hotel, released in 1956, shot to #1 on the charts. Elvis's career exploded. He released hit after hit, Blue Suede Shoes, Don't Be Cruel, Hound Dog, and Love Me Tender. His performances were electrifying. With his swiveling hips, raw energy, and charismatic stage presence, Elvis drove fans wild and shocked conservative audiences. Television appearances made him a household name, while critics labeled him a threat to morality. But to millions of young fans, Elvis Presley was a hero, a symbol of freedom, rebellion, and change. In 1958, at the height of his fame, Elvis was drafted into the U.S. Army. Many thought his career might fade, but Elvis used the opportunity to show his discipline and humility. He served in Germany for 2 years, gaining respect both as a soldier and as a celebrity willing to do his duty. When he returned in 1960, Elvis shifted his career toward movies and recorded soundtracks, starring in over 30 films during the 1960s. Movies like Jailhouse Rock, Blue Hawaii, and Viva Las Vegas showcased his charisma, but over time, critics felt his film roles limited his artistic potential. His music during this era was often overshadowed by Hollywood demands. But Elvis was not finished. In 1968, he made a legendary comeback with a televised special known as the '68 Comeback Special. Dressed in black leather, performing with raw energy, Elvis reminded the world why he was the king of rock and roll. His passion and power returned, and his career was reborn. The 1970s saw Elvis dominate the stage once again, particularly in Las Vegas, where he performed hundreds of sold-out shows. His concerts were grand spectacles, with his signature jumpsuits, powerful voice, and emotional ballads. Songs like Suspicious Minds, Burning Love, and Can't Help Falling in Love became timeless classics. However, behind the glamour, Elvis struggled with personal demons. Fame, loneliness, and the pressure of constant touring took a toll on him. He became increasingly dependent on prescription drugs to cope with exhaustion and stress. His health began to decline, and despite his success, the man who had once symbolized energy and rebellion seemed trapped by his own fame. On August 16, 1977, Elvis Presley was found dead at his home, Graceland, in Memphis. He was only 42 years old. The news shocked the world. Millions mourned the loss of a legend who had redefined music and culture. But Elvis Presley's story did not end with his death. His influence on music is eternal. He bridged racial divides by popularizing sounds rooted in African American culture. He transformed rock and roll into a global phenomenon. His style, charisma, and innovation inspired generations of artists, from the Beatles and Rolling Stones to modern performers today. With over 500 million records sold worldwide, Elvis remains one of the best-selling solo artists in history. His home, Graceland, has become a shrine visited by millions of fans from around the globe. To this day, Elvis is celebrated not just as a singer, but as a cultural icon, the king of rock and roll. Elvis Presley's journey, from a poor boy in Mississippi to the most famous entertainer in the world, is a story of talent, determination, and destiny. He forever changed the landscape of music, and his voice continues to echo across generations. Elvis is gone, but his spirit lives on. The king will never be forgotten.